You just got home from the hospital for a quick bite before we start? Hi, Beth. Hi, Anita. Um,
The feel of the beads,
yep.
the act of creating. It's a little like play.
We're going to listen to an ad from the other phone, or from the tablet, I should say. Oh, are we doing that trick again where I can't see my comments? What the heck? Why are you doing that? I don't know why that started doing it. Did it for a long time, then it quit, and now it's doing it again. And I don't understand because I hit live chat. You'd think once I hit live chat, it would go to the live chat, but it doesn't. I may have to shut the tablet down and restart it and see if I can get it to come up properly. It did oh, there we go. Okay, we got it. So, how are you ladies doing today? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to get sick. My daughter's been sick, and my grandson came in and said that he was sick now, and I have got some sniffles going like nobody's business. Though I frankly have sniffles quite frequently because allergies. But and I'm hoping that's all it is because I certainly don't want to be sick. Anyway, today we were going to make some ear cuffs. We were talking on Randy's about the earrings I made with the Softlex kit. This is they. Ta-da. So I think they turned out pretty cool. I wasn't sure if I thought I made the chain out of the jump rings they had in there, and I'm not sure if it was too chunky or not. But the more I look at them, the more I think, nah, they're fine. They go well with the big pearl. But would have been nice if I'd had two more, so it could have been a little bit longer. But it works. Hey, Heather. And the bracelets we made yesterday, my husband loved his. He put it on right away, and he is wearing them. And then Dawn has asked me if she could purchase the purple one, which I did manage to get the knot into the hole. Just took me a little work. so those are going to go bye-bye. So hey, Sid. So anyway, that's the haps around the house. Hopefully, like I said, my sniffles and stuff is just and I had a headache, slight headache today. But my physical therapist told me, you got a headache, drink more water. A lot of times when you have a headache, it's because you're getting a little dehydrated. So we'll drink more water. Yes, please do hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Today is also our members live this afternoon. Hopefully I won't mess it up like I have a couple of times and shut it down so it's private rather than members only. So anyway, we're gonna make some ear cuffs. I have some ear cuff blanks. I have these in gold and silver, but for some reason I cannot find the silver. So it looks like we're just gonna. You're setting an alarm. Appreciate that. So we're going to show you how to use the gold one. The gold one, since I can't find the silver. Then we're going to take some wire. 1:30, yes, for the members live, yes. Mountain time for those of you who are not in mountain time. It would be different, obviously. So we're going to use some of the 18 gauge wire. We're going to make ourselves a ear cuff. which you can make really plain or really decorative. Depends on your mood when you make it. So let's turn down and we'll get started on some of these, and we'll show you what to do. There we are, all turned down. Okay, we have the wire here, and then we have some ear cuff blanks here. Now, I tend to just make one as opposed to a pair, because to me, an ear cuff is not like an earring. How are my nails holding up? They're holding up pretty good. I did almost pop one off yesterday when I was trying to pry something up, but, well, you know. Hey, Georgina. So we're going to knock at least one of these out of the bag. So this is a pre-made ear cuff. It's just I could probably make one like this from out of my flat wire from Beadalon. I have never tried it, but you could. This is wire is thinner than, this band is thinner than that style of stuff. But anyway, so it's just a little band with a slit in the back, which is of course got rounded corners so you don't hurt yourself. Hey, Angel. And then there's a hole right here for hooking on a bead strand. And so this just sits in the cuff of your ear, where your ear is the smallest. You know how when the interior part of your ear comes closest to the outer part, this slides over that. Sometimes you might need to spread it a little bit if your ear is a little chubbier, so to speak. Mine is. I need to spread it a little bit if I go to put it on mine. So we're gonna make one of these. But anyway, like I say, I usually only make one. I don't usually make a pair because this is just a little bit of an extra pretty for your ear, so to speak. It doesn't substitute for earrings. I mean, I suppose you could if you wanted to, but it hangs at a much different spot. So so I don't think of it as a substitute for earrings. So let's get, actually, I have get off me. Some little bits of chain here. Let's see if I have got a washer spacer. Got some various gold things here. Actually, I have this pretty little link we made the other day. We can use that in one of them. There's even a couple of jump rings down in here. I have quite a few little weird things that end up sitting right beside me on my desk because I don't get them put away. I'm sure that I'm not the only one that's like that, but if I am, well, then I am. So anyway, I was requested to actually make some St. Patrick's Day. Which one of these is shorter than the other one? I know one is. Yeah, I thought that was it. So what I'm going to do is we are going to take this one. It's going to become double length. Maybe this one should be at the bottom, this link. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah, okay. And we're going to hook this onto the chain, and then we'll hook the chain up above and we'll put some bead strands in here. So we'll have a double strand down from this one. And let's see what I have that's gold that we can have go with this. We are sort of going for some we could either go for hearts or St. Patrick's Day, something like that. Did I make this piece? Yes, I made this piece the other day. Somebody had asked me how to do it, and I made one. That's strange. This box has one of its little boxes missing. Wonder what I did with it. Yeah, whatever. We'll find something else. But going to put this, and then we'll have another side hanging down. I think we'll put a little bead strand of some sort over here, probably with just some green beads. So, green. Yep. You can let her out if you want.
You want out? Or you just gonna lay there in the middle of your grand's head?
Lily's in my bedroom and my daughter's.
Just laying in your bed.
Yeah, she was when I left. My daughter was just asking me, should I let her out? And I said, it's up to you. You can see if she wants out. But a lot of times she just doesn't want out. She just likes to lay in my bed. So we're going to take and we're going to make this little guy up over here on this side. So a little green heart right here. I'm putting this little bead here on top of it because the little curve makes it hard to do a wrap. So we're going to get this little guy in here. And I'm just going to hardwire this guy onto that little piece of chain. So we'll just pull it around and we're going to leave a little gap so that so the chain will just slip right onto there. And then we'll wrap it up. I could have cut a little closer. Okay. So now if you wanted to, and you didn't want the secondary one, you could just hook this now right here, cut whatever chain length, and then you've got a really simple one right there. You have Dorothy on one and me on the other. Doesn't that get a little confusing, Dawn, when we're sitting chatting along and we have two conversations going? Come on, Tinky Tot, go out. There we go. Now I'm going to see if the Tinky Tots are going to be big enough to put the pieces together here. I'm hoping they are. They aren't always because they are tiny. I'm thinking that's a no. Oops, come here, you. Go back in place. So take this guy back out of here, and we'll... Those are big ones here. I don't want big ones. We want little, smaller ones. I do have one medium-sized one here, so we'll put this on right now. The little one might work from here to here, though. Where did I put that little guy that just fell, that I just undid? Is that you? Yes. Because even though this is still that big of wire, the chain is smaller. So let's see if we can get this piece to work this direction. It looks like that's a yes. Okay, so now I have to decide which one I want to be longer, which one I want to be shorter. And then we're going to take and just hook into the chain link and hook it to the ear cuff. I think I like that. So we're going to grab one of these links and then go through the hole that's on this cuff here and then close it up. And then this one is a finished one. So it'll have this on one side, this on the other. They just hang down from your earlobe. Well, you're not your lobe, because your lobe is where your regular earring is. This goes in the, I don't even remember what they call that portion of the ear. But there is one with the pre-made cuff and then the just the earring decoration in it. So you were told the same thing about water for headaches? Yeah, because apparently a lot of times when you get a headache, it's because you're slightly dehydrated, which I hadn't realized. But okay, now I've temporarily set my tools to the side because we've got this one done now. This is a pre-made cuff. I got these from Fire Mountain Beads. I've had them for quite some time. So this says 3 pair. I don't use it, like I say, I don't use them as pairs because most people who want to wear one want it for just a little bit extra decoration. They don't need a lot. So I usually only use one, make one of any ear cuffs. So that was with the pre-made ones. Like I said, I got those at Fire Mountain Beads. And for cramps in your feet, yeah. Was got too confusing, Dawn? So I'm going to cut. You don't need a lot. This is 18 gauge bronze wire. I got this from Heather. And I'm just going to cut about 4 inches of wire. It's about right here. Now these you can use as the whole thing. If you don't want to beat it, you can be a little decorative when you make these. Or you can get more, you can add a bead strand depending on how you do the bottom. So you want to take your flat nose pliers and you want to go approximately in the middle. That looks pretty good. And we're going to bend both these wires like this. It wasn't quite the middle, as you can see, because they're not evened up on both sides, but that's all right. Now, this one's going to be a wide one. You can make it slimmer by using a smaller pair of flat nose if you want to do it that way. So we've got this now looks sort of like a weird pin. So now I'm going to get my large bell making pliers. You can use your 6-step and use the biggest one if you want. Then I'm going to just take it and I'm going to grab where this is right here, and we're going to roll this around. We don't want to come all the way to the other side, but we want to get relatively close. So now we have the cuff part. See how that's now would go fit around your ear right here, just like the other one we just did, the pre-made one. So now I'm going to take my flat nose pliers again. You can use any flat nose pliers for this trick, and we're going to go about where, see about where that's at right there, and I'm going to tip. It's easier said than done to hold this when you're doing it. Tip this one down, and we're going to go to the other side and tip this one up. And I don't have mine perfectly aligned, as you can see. And if you're worried about perfect alignment, you can always take your flat nose, go in here again, and straighten your wire back out. Now I'm going to get in here and see if I can get it closer to alignment than it was before. So it's about, and then we're going to bend it up. And see, that's much closer now. But there's our cuff part right here in the middle. It could, if you think it's not rounded enough, you can always put your piece back in and just pull it around a little bit more. So there we go. Now the bottom piece here, I'm going to play with it with my fingers is what I'm doing. This top piece I'm going to make into like a swirl kind of thing. And what I want to do with that is I'm going to bring this over here some, and then I'm going to wrap this like this. And we're going to push it over this way some. And then I'm going to do a spiral up here on this side. Well, that does, I got it, my curl up too higher than I wanted it to be, so I'm going to have to, we're going to lose it, but that's all right. We don't need to really need it. This is just decorative piece for going up your ear. You can spin it any way you want to, but because of the way it sits, this one's going to be up on top of your ear. So then you're going to take this one, and I'm going to bend it over this way further, quite a bit further. And then we're going to make another little bend right here so that this would be close to where the outside of your ear is. I'm going to bend this little guy right here, like so. And then I'm going to make a spiral on him as well. But I want an open spiral. This one is open, but we definitely want an open spiral here. And it's not going to, it's just going to be more like a simple loop. But now this piece can then hold a a beaded piece if you wanted to. Whereas this is just up on the top is just decorative. Which means if you wanted it to, you could just take your spiral and bring it all the way down to the other piece of your wire, because this is, like I say, just a bit of decoration. It's nothing that even has to be there. You could cut it off if you wanted to. And I scooshed that. And I didn't mean to. There we go. So here's our ear cuff portion, which goes over your ear. We've got 2 lines of it to make a little bit more decorative than just one. And then you can hook a bead strand right here. Now, because it's closer to the inner part of your ear, this one won't hang to the outside like this one will, unless you get this bent back further, which you can do if you want to. I could bend it right in half and bring it all the way back here. But then we can put another little bead strand hanging from this little piece right here. So we're going to take I haven't opened the 22 yet. It's still hooked together here, so. And I also have 20. Maybe we'll go with the 20. I think I have used it. Yes, I did. So we're just going to make a dangle here. So I'm just going to cut off a hunk. Looks like will cut real nicely about right here. And then we'll just I'm going to make this into a double dangle, and by that I mean I'm going to put a ring at the bottom so I can dangle something from off of it, and then we'll dangle the other portion of it. I should have cut this as 2 pieces of wire, Rose. You weren't thinking. Well, I'll cut another piece later. I'm going to go over here. And we'll make a regular loop here and wrap it. I have too many tools out now. You want the big bail, the biggest size of this or the biggest size of your 6-step to make your earpiece right here. So I'm just gonna. Okay, you slid up and I don't like that. So let's get back in place. See how that slid down the wire some? I don't want it down that far. So I'm going to try and bring it back up some. There we go. This piece is being stubborn. It doesn't really want to wrap the way I want it to. That's all right. We'll get it. There we go. Now I have to decide what style of beads I want on this baby. And I still could use a bit of chain if I wanted to, but I'm just going to hook this directly onto here when I have my beads decided. But but you could put it on a little bit of chain again. And sometimes the chain is good because it gets it away from directly where your ear is at. So if you want to get it away, that's fine. So So do we want to make this one be more Valentine's Day or more St. Patrick's Day? Like this one is more St. Patrick's Day, obviously. It's a pity all this stuff is silver. We could put our little star down here on the bottom if it wasn't. But I'm not sure I want to go two tones. Well, it's going to be two tones no matter what I do when it comes right down to brass tacks because I have very few that are that particular color. That'll be pretty. So hook this little guy down here. This is a pretty peachy pink color. Can use him on here at the bottom, and then we'll come up with some other beads that we like for across the top. Some big bicones that are about this same color. I have an elephant. Should we put an elephant in our ear? We'll leave him out just in case I decide to go with him. But I also have, where did I put them at? Oops. I have to organize more beads. I've discovered I have a lot more than I thought I did. And my cabinet's not going to be big enough for all of the boxes, but we'll figure out something. And I know I had some hearts. Where are the hearts? Strange. We used some the other day. Now I don't see them. Flowers. Oh, there they are. We'll look right past them. So, put the heart in here. Or we could put something like what do you think, guys? Like this? This has got a curve up here at the top. I need to cut it off because the beads don't want to slide over it. Now I could just hook this straight onto here, but I am going to jump ring it together because it will have more swing that way, and it gives it a little tiny distance from your oh no, stop. You're trying to wrap on top of yourself, and that's not kosher. We don't want that. Come here. So we'll jump ring this onto here, and then we'll jump ring here this to here. We'll have a nice big swinging ear cuff. Now, if we didn't want to jump ring this, we could slide this open just a little bit and just slide it onto here. I'll show you what I mean. In fact, maybe I'll just do that. So we open this up right here, slide this right onto this loop right here. I didn't open it enough. Come on. And we put this back in place so it can't pull back out again. So there it's hanging there. Now we're going to put our little guy on here at the bottom. But because I decided not to put this right on here, this is not hanging the right direction. So when you were to hang our crystal on, it would go sideways, I'm pretty sure. Yes, because we want our loops to be facing the same direction. This one's a little crooked here, so I'm going to straighten it up here. So we're going to take it, and we're going to take hold of this one, and then we'll take hold of this one, and we're going to turn it so that it's facing this direction. So we'll just take this one right here, and we're just going to twist it. I don't think it gave me enough twist, but we'll see here in a second. Okay. So, oh, come on. Hang the way I want you to. Well, it might be enough. We'll see when we get it there. You're a little crooked again, babe. There we go. So the ear cuff, the hardest part to do, in my opinion, is deciding what you want to do in top and bottom. I could have just done a little simple loop and ended this one here at the top without any decorative piece. You could try and make the wire do any kind of swirly thing you want it to do. But you don't need very much wire. I usually use about 4 inches. And you don't even need 4 inches if you're just doing this piece right here and then just doing a loop, which you can do. This is one of the few things I usually measure out because I want to make sure I have enough wire. Like I say, it's just 4 inches. Don't need a lot. You guys are in my way, but that's all right. So we want to take our, now I'm going to show you what a smaller one with the smaller bend in it. So you can just, you're still bending it up though, both sides. So it turns into sort of a little pin-like shape. Like this. Now you still want your largest bail because you need that sizing to go over your ear. So we're going to just put it right in here and just bring our wire around so that you've got the cuff piece right there. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Dorothy. And then again, you want to put my pliers away. Go about where it's at. Pull up. So there's the basis of your ear cuff right here. Now, I'm not great at making simple loops, but you could just do a simple loop right here at the top. Oh, come on, go the way I want you to. So I pulled this down so it's more like a split ring, but it's resting right across the top of our bend right here, our cuff. There's the top. And we could take this is our bottom loop. I should have gone the other direction because I was thinking of bending it back this direction. So I'm going to pull this back out. You can, but you got to remember your wire's going to be a little funky then, but that's all right. We'll make it work. Bend it this direction is the way I wanted it to go, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little flat nose and we're going to bring it. It doesn't want to, but I insist. I'm going to bring this back on itself so that the loop is closer to the outside of your ear. So when you put the ear dangle on, it's not right dangling right down the middle of your ear. So see, now it's going to be closer to where it would be if it was at the very outside. And if I had bent this a little bit differently so that I had less up here and more down here, we could have got it even closer to the outside here. but I didn't. So too late to worry about it now. So this is the interior part. This will be right above, be sitting on the top of your ear here. And this part will go down and around so that you can get the get a bead dangle on it. So I want, what do I want? I don't want you guys. So I'm gonna dangle a little piece of chain right here. Then we're gonna put maybe this elephant down on here. Don't want very much of this chain, so I'm gonna cut it off. Hey, Carolyn. Well, for you ladies that came in late, we made this one ear cuffed and made this little Valentine's dangle down it. This is a pre-made ear cuff that we use to do this little St. Patrick's Day ear cuff. And I'm working on another homemade ear cuff right now. They're not really hard to make. The hardest part is deciding how you want your dangle pieces to go, as far as upper and lower. For instance, this piece right here would go on your upper lobe, and this piece I've bent back towards the middle here is going to have the bead dangle on it. So we are going to get a head pin out. And I think we're going to put this little elephant at the bottom of it. Oh, his hole goes side to side. I thought it went from top to bottom, but it doesn't. Well, darn, because I wanted him to hang this direction. But we're not going to be able to do that. See, I thought his hole was like this little guy's that goes top to bottom, but it's not, fortunately. Could use my little black one here, but he's been sitting up above with me for a long, long time, my little black one. We'll just find something else. Unfortunately, my little pink elephant is going to be difficult. Too bad. So sad. Could make a shimmery shiny. Yeah, the elephant is really cute. I wish his hole had been going the opposite direction, but it wasn't. So, come on, go down there. You're going to go on a swing. No, 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 no. Stay down there. Oh, didn't put my finger on that one. It went flying. Oh well. Come on, baby. Swing down there where I want you at. This hunk of wire almost wasn't big enough, but it's gonna work. I think I could get it to work anyway. Come on, you. There now. Elephant's out of swing. Put things back where they belong a bit so that I'm not got tools all over the place here and blocking everywhere I'm working. Okay, since I used the other, I don't need this pin anymore. So we're gonna make our elephant has a swing here, and oh, something's biting me back here. So let's see what's not quite sitting. Okay, that's better. So our little elephant can hang with something above him. That might be too much. Hey, Brandy. So You're gonna keep sliding. You're gonna get cut off right where you're at, babe. I don't appreciate that. I was going to put some chain on, but I don't think I'm going to, but I am going to jump ring it, I think. Sorry for bumping that, and I just dropped it. Way to go, Rose. Luckily, it fell right at my feet, so that was easy to get. I'm glad you think he's cute. I think he's cute too. Up you go. Now, because of the way I've got the wires turned, I'm going to use 2 jump rings to put this onto our ear cuff. Well, not if I throw it on the floor, I won't. Boy, I'm just bound and determined to throw that second one away. Now, where did it flip to this time? There it is. There he is. Now, because of the way the hole is on the pre-made one, this one will hang more or less right to the side of your ear. This one, because of where I left my loop at, is going to hang more to the front of your ear, like right down from the middle. And this one will go towards the back, but it's not going to be quite at the back, or not the back, but right at the curve where it goes in on. So anyway, these are pretty easy to make. So how long have we been on? An hour and 15. Okay. I'm going to cut another 4-inch piece, and I'm going to make one more. But this one I'm going to make not do it quite in the middle. And I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm going to cut the wire off. And this one, when I do our bends, I'm going to go to the middle, go to close to the middle at first, and then I'm going to bring it over more to one side. So like, sort of like this, it looks like it has about a 1/4 inch more. That's better. Okay, so then we're going to bend the two sides up. See, I do have about a 1/4 inch more over here. Get our large bell making pliers. That one's not really straight right there. We want it to be as straight as we can. That's good. Now we go in, grab it right there at the edge, push it around. And as you can see, that one's trying to go sideways, but that's all right. We'll get it fixed. Now I'm going to take the two pieces. This one is wanting to go down further than it should be. So let's see if we can get it straightened up some. Straighten you up. Okay. Now, of course, like we're gonna do the same thing as we did before. Get it about where the curve should end at. And this time I just put the pliers across both, and I'm just going to do both at the same time. So actually that should go up and this should go down, but that's all right. We can move them later, like right now. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to twist it up. And then this one we're going to twist down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my large bell making plier again, put it back in here, but then we're going to take this one here stop that. And I'm going to want to bring it back so that it's going to go around the bail. So I got to get this turned a little bit more first, obviously. It wants to. You're not turning properly. I want to be a full regular turn here. Stop it. Okay, there we go. So why I've done this is because I want, and this is bowing out some, I want that little piece to go as close to the back as I can get it, and that's why I'm moving it, well, to the side, I should say, not to the back. But so we're moving it like that, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to bend this down here so that it's sitting right beside the original one. And this is curled up underneath the other. We don't want that, so we're going to wiggle it around some so we get it where we want it. Okay. So this is our upper one up here, and this is the one where our strand will be. But see how now I have it right down in the middle here? So we're going to take it and we're going to form our loop. So now it's pretty much in the middle of our blank here, towards the middle of your ear, so it would be hanging down your outer lobe. This is, there we go. So there we go. It would be hanging now towards the outside, more like where this one's at. Let's see. So that it would hang right down the edge of your ear as opposed to going in front of it at all. Now this other one right here, I'm just gonna, I don't want that one. And it's just going to be a simple loop right there in the very front. So that will sit in the front of your ear, right in the middle of your ear, whereas this one now will dangle down like this one will. Get this in here again. Come on, you're out of place a little bit. Doesn't want to go down because this top one is out of place just a little tiny bit. Go on there. And we're just gonna push on it so it rounds back out some so that it's nice and rounded. Now, if anybody wanted to, if your ear won't accept that, you can pull it out some so that it makes it a little bit bigger. But there's another one with slightly different, because like I said, I've now got my, where'd it go? It's on top of this one. Got my ear, my dangle place so that it is in the side, like the pre-made one is here. This one is going to be slightly to the front, but not entirely because it is there. And this one will be entirely to the front. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's turn up. Get my hair out of the way here, as much as possible anyway. And so when you put one of these on, the cuff fits right here over this thinnest part of your ear. Now my ear is a little too fat. I need to widen this to get it on, and I'm not going to do that with one that I'm probably going to sell. So I'm going to see how it hangs right there. When I put it on, it will hang right to the back of my ear if I were to get it all the way on. Well, not technically to the back, to the side. So to hang like so. Now, this one, if I could get these on my fat little ear better. See, it's hanging more to the front, so you wouldn't even have to probably wear an earring. And then this little guy be right here. And then if you were put it on this one, as you can see, the circular part is right here, so it would hang down to the side. As I say, my ears are a little chunky, so in order to get these on, I would have to spread them some, and I don't want to spread them right now because they are something I will probably sell. So I'm not gonna try and pull it onto my fat little ear. So there's the elephant, though. Isn't it cute? Let's see if I can get this a little. But he'd hang like that. You have big ears? Yeah, I have pretty big ears too. So, but anyway, there's how to use a pre-made ear cuff. Pre-made. There's our little. And then we have our first homemade one with the dangle more towards the front part of your ear. It would go right in here. And this one is getting it slightly closer to the middle. The little elephant. He's cute. And then lastly is this one I just made, which I'm not going to bother to put any beads on it right now because I'm not sure what I want to put on it. So we'll just set it aside for a later time. And we've got our pretty little ear cuffs. There's the one with the elephant again. The one with the Valentine's heart and the pretty drop. And of course, our pre-made one, pre-made cuff with the shamrock stuff on it. So there we go. I hope that helped you design some of these. And if you want to make them, how to do that. You like the tiny elephant. I do too. Thank you, Brandy. I'm glad you think they're beautiful. Anyway, very simple to make, not hard at all to make the homemade ones. It's more of a how do I want my ending curls to go? Do I want them to be a regular curl? Do I want them to be a swirl? What do I want? And so that's the major part there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed making these little pretties. I think they all turned out sort of cute. So there we go. I will see members. I'm not sure what I'm going to make, but I will see members later this afternoon at 1:30 Mountain Standard Time. If you are not a member but would like to become a member, my link to join the membership is in the description of this video. It costs $4.99 a month. I do a members live Thursday afternoons. So every Thursday afternoon. So you get four, at least four, depending on how many Thursdays are in the month. So there you go. And it's very helpful to me. And oh, thank you, Mary. I'm glad you think they're special. And Cynthia says she has made a few, but not as fancy as these. So I have made them with little coffee beans on them and maybe a little coffee cup at the bottom. Those turn out really cute. Anyway, they're really fun. But anyway, as I was saying, the membership, the live is Thursday afternoons at 1:30. So we'll be live in a bit, a few hours. And if you wish to join the membership, like I say, it's $4.99 a month, and the link to join is in the description of the video. So we'll see the members in a few hours, and otherwise we'll see you tomorrow. I have to do some discussions with the ladies to see. We were going to do pearls tomorrow. I'm not sure we're going to do the show at I might just do regular live tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Heather has not been feeling the best. So anyway, I will talk to you all later, and see you tomorrow for those of you who are not members. Bye-bye.